Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, June 2, 2022. Today's transits inspire the dreamer in you, and new ideas can relate to home life, harmony, comfort, and understanding. Venus and Neptune align, and an escape from recent pressures seems appropriate now. Activities, particularly at home or with loved ones, that engage your imagination are in favor. You may want to bring more flair or creativity to your domestic world. You also place more value in comfort, beauty, and ambience in your relationships. The moon heads into your creativity sector today, where it will stay for over 2 days, and you can feel as if you're coming out of your shell. You're more interactive, and creative urges are strong today. The emotional fulfillment you seek, whether or not you're in a committed relationship, will more than likely require you to set firm boundaries. There's an emotionally charged stellium igniting your 4th house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings, which is why you've been feeling the need to go inward, but things can still feel overwhelming at this time. So, if you feel reluctant to nurture a romantic connection at this time, there's no need to add pressure to the situation. Take a step back instead, and focus on yourself. The same goes for those you are already committed to. You need your alone time. Is it time for a break? While the moon glides through mutable Pisces, you may feel sleepier than usual as you work. The lunar energy is likely making you a little tired, so you may find yourself dragging your feet. But the moon also sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so once you get going, you may be unstoppable. Luckily, the sextile can help you remain motivated as long as you have the energy to keep moving and grooving with work. However, these bursts of energy can come and go, so make the most of them. Be careful of getting into arguments with others, because you don't stand a chance of winning. More than likely, no one is going to be the winner today, because everyone is going to be so convinced that their opinion is the right one that they will barely even listen to anything else. Your best plan of attack is to listen, absorb, and file away the information that comes your way, especially if it's investment related. You can pull it out and use it more effectively on a later date. Private affairs will run smoothly thanks to your relaxed and open manner. No nasty surprises are waiting around the corner, and you have the chance to finally clear up an old misunderstanding. You are obviously a good listener and give your family and friends the feeling that you're on the same wavelength as them. You and you-know-who keep having these great little conversations, but they never really seem to go anywhere. They never seem to go beyond the surface. You're ready for something a little deeper. Wherever you go, people are pleased to see you. Your poise, self-confidence in matters of the heart opens doors, and you come across as rather an interesting proposition whenever you arrive on the scene. Be sure to make the most of your availability and fully employ your willingness to show interest in others. If you are a parent, your kids could be driving you crazy today. Today's energy is exaggerating people's moods, and children are sensitive to these planetary shifts in energy. Try not to take anything that happens too seriously. People could say things that they don't mean. The chaotic energy of the day means that you should do your best to remain detached and patient. The vibrations of your number will incite you to change your mindset and see events, others, and yourself under a different angle. If you can do this, the results will be immediate. You could realize something big for yourself and get tangible results on a material level. You will thus be interested in changing your way of working and getting out of the daily routine. There may be some nice surprises in store. The last full day of the second Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 might have the brakes on, and especially with Saturn also at a standstill ahead of his retrograde turn over the weekend, this is working to your advantage. Mars' return to Aries last week has created a need for speed, and this is something that an alignment with Jupiter has already amplified. This might create some impatience or even frustration, but this is a chance to cool your heels while you get a better read on where your warrior and competitive spirit is being drawn. The moon's departure from your communication sector yesterday was always going to leave you with a better chance to keep the communication lines open, but even more so as a new moon. Today the focus has shifted more to work, life balance as the love gods prepare for what is destined to be a romantically charged weekend. Our eyes in the sky. Yesterday, we experienced a major emotional shift in energy that set the stage for today's aspect, but that doesn't mean today will be any less emotional. This energy that we're collectively experiencing is going to soften hearts and allow us to believe in the goodness of others. Your altruistic side could push you to donate to a charitable or humanitarian organization, but it's important to be careful. You could find that you've been deceived or haven't heard the whole story about the group. In terms of love, this is one of the dreamiest times of the year, and we all want to dive into deep emotional waters. You won't want to come up for air, preferring instead to be lost in your feelings and live in an unrealistic haze. If you're an artist, this is a lovely day to embrace your talent. Ideas can flow freely, and you might find that you're able to produce more than usual. Let the creativity pour out of you today. The moon is quiet in Cancer and making no major planetary aspects today. When we see this happen, it means that the moon is void of course. As many astrologers say, the moon isn't working, so neither should you. This is a time when you can sit back and reflect on the past in order to understand where you're going. Allow yourself to be at one with the universe and take a step back to relax, and you could find that things work out in your favor. Something you might want to do is start your spring cleaning. A void of course moon is a great time to go through boxes, toss out clutter, and get organized. It's also a wonderful time to add some self-care to your day. If you long to get a massage or do some yoga, schedule an appointment or go to a class. We should guard against arriving at simplistic conclusions. Psychic impressions can be mistaken for solid truths without fact-checking. We believe we simply know something without doing our due diligence. While our intuitive impressions might be on target, we'll deprive ourselves of crucial intel if we think we have all the answers. The best use of this transit will be to decry our expectations and put ourselves to work in a research capacity. Logical investigations can help us to gain valuable insights. Secrets may be divulged which provide a new awareness of our surroundings. Conversations with those in power enlighten us about our own unconscious motivations. No matter what the circumstances, this promises to be an interesting day. Before noon, the Cancer moon aligns with Chiron in Cancer, poking a raw nerve. We may now feel especially self-conscious and, subconsciously, we fear setting ourselves apart from the herd. In youth, our uniqueness and individuality might not have been supported. Paradoxically, in adulthood, the best way to champion our insecurities is to face them head-on. Through self-declaration, we offer our inner child the encouragement we lacked. Taking action might still feel awkward, yet the more we practice, the better the reception we receive from others. They, in turn, take a play from our book, as our courage demonstrates that they are equally capable of advocating for their independence.